Thank you for joining this presentation. I will be talking about implementing AI people analytics technology in order to predict employee turnover. I'm Jenna Sloan. I'm the HRIS analyst at this company. I am an experienced HR professional with expertise in the human resource information systems. During this presentation, I will recommend that Aero Flight Services integrate an artificial intelligence people analytics software in order to increase workforce retention. By implementing this software, the result will be increased revenue by retaining high-performing employees, lower overhead costs due to less time spent recruiting to replace a lost employee, and continued contribution to the overall employee culture of AFS. Aero Flight Services, AFS, is an aerospace company focused on the innovation of new aerospace technology. AFS employs many creative and highly educated engineers. AFS has been growing rapidly over the last year. Since January 2018, AFS has grown by 40%, adding over 200 employees. I am talking about my real company, but due to proprietary concerns, I have chosen not to disclose the name of my actual company. I performed a SWOT analysis on AFS. I focused the SWOT analysis on the employee base. Rather than analyze the market share of the company as a whole, I felt for this presentation it makes more sense to do an analysis on our most important asset, the employees. So the strengths are that there are many opportunities at the company for the employees to explore. There are a variety of unique programs and contracts. Some weaknesses is that the company is located 30 miles outside of DC, which causes many employees to commute far distances. 40% of the population is brand new to the company, and this is a huge weakness for the company. AFS could utilize the new company base to create a strong culture as an opportunity, and they could use the new employees to start tracking trends. The threat is that employees may not be tied to AFS yet because they are so new and are more willing to leave. Another threat is that an employee could go to a larger company that offers more specialization for their field. Again, due to proprietary concerns, I have chosen not to share the actual names of my stakeholders, but I did share the titles of who my stakeholders are. The first one is the Senior Vice President of Human Resources, then the Manager of HR Information Systems, and finally the Director of Finance. So let's start by talking about predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is described as statistical techniques, machine learning methods, and data mining models that analyze and extract existing and historical facts to make predictions. This was described in an article titled Human Resource Predictive Analytics for HR Management and Organizations. These techniques can be completed in a simple Excel file or in a technology platform. The diagram on the right is the trajectory of human capital analytics that Peace, Beresford, and Walker explain in their book Developing Human Capital. The goal of any company should be to reach optimization. So as you can see in the diagram, a company typically starts at anecdotes, then they move on to scorecards and dashboards, then benchmarks, correlations, isolation and causation, predictive analysis, and finally optimization. As a company, we are currently at the second and third steps up the mountain between dashboards and benchmarks. We need to continue to climb up the mountain to get to predictive analytics. In a white paper by Trend Data, the scientific method is applied to people data in order to bring a company to monetize the data their HR team has been sitting on. We have an enormous amount of data that we have as HR, and we need to start visualizing information in existing data, identifying trends, evaluate factors that influence outcomes, establish an algorithm, predict future outcomes. Now that we've talked about predictive analytics, I'm going to talk about AI people analytics technology. Artificial intelligence is any system that exhibits behavior that could be interpreted as human intelligence. This definition comes from a lynda.com video. AI-based data processing can provide corrective capabilities in addition to consolidating your data, such as harmonizing two slightly different words or adjusting its own model over time to become more accurate. This comes from Trendata's white page. AI is not intelligent on its own. Humans have to teach and train AI algorithms to recognize trends and patterns. However, over time, AI is able to adjust the model and become more accurate after given the historical data to start with. AI is a great resource to save employees from administrative burden. AI should be viewed as providing valuable business solutions and taking the mundane administrative tasks from employees. This opening up more time and resources for strategic planning. So why do we even need to retain our employees? The value in companies has used to be found in revenue-generating typical balance sheet assets, but now the value in companies has shifted to intangible assets, those being employees. This means, according to Society of Human Resources, this average cost per hire is $4,129, and it takes roughly 42 days to fill the position. This means for every employee that leaves the company, we will have to spend on average a little over $4,000, and it will take us over a month to fill the position. This is crucial time for our programs and contracts that we will have lost valuable talent innovating and fulfilling those contracts. I suggest that we implement a people analytics software by Trendata. Trendata is a cloud-based platform solution that provides organizations the ability to generate advanced and predictive analytics by unifying and trending metrics. Trendata is able to pull information from HR and finance system. In a case study video, Trendata gives an example of rising turnover at a company. Through their AI predictive modeling technology, they were able to play out a few different solutions to determine which solution the company should focus on. In this scenario, the company determined that retention could increase through more training and development, rather than increased pay. So they have predictive models that could show different incomes, which would be really awesome for our company. What is the problem at AFS? I found two factors that are most likely going to lead to increased turnover. AFS has grown by 40% in the last 2 years. With an increased headcount comes increase in many metrics, one of those being turnover. A normal amount of turnover is likely, but it's important that we don't lose too many of our employees. In the last few months, we have had many big announcements as a company that have employees worried about the future of the company. We have been acquired by a much larger company, and we are losing a member of our key leadership. The culture is shifting, and this is another factor that could drive turnover. If we begin to lose too many employees, we won't have enough individuals to work on contracts for our important clients. If we don't meet the deadlines of these contracts, we will lose significant revenue. So why is Trendata the solution? Artificial intelligence is able to learn and adjust the predictive model over time, all while consolidating data from numerous sources. Trendata gives customer success stories through case studies. A recent customer was able to understand their multifaceted workforce and better recruit and retain employees. The most important reason that Trendata is the top pick is because they are already a partner with ADP. ADP is our current HRIS and payroll system, so this would cut down our implementation effort significantly. The picture on the right shows the predictive modeling opportunity through Trendata. The outcome by implementing this software will result in increased revenue by retaining high-performing employees, lower overhead costs due to less time spent recruiting to replace a lost employee, and continued contribution to the overall employee culture of AFS. The implementation approach I suspect will take about 8 months total, then there would be a steady state. Although Trendata is a partner with ADP, I still suspect there will be a 1 to 2 month time of gathering and capturing historical data. It's important for an AI model to have accurate historical data in order to start finding trends and patterns. The pilot will only roll out to the HRIS team and Senior VP of HR. During this pilot, HRIS team will be completely trained by Trendata. The rollout to the remainder of the HR team will take a bit more time. HRIS will train all HR team members in this system. Once all of HR is trained, each team member should be able to utilize the platform to look at data and start to pull out predictions. This technology will not be rolled out to all employees. I do want to go over just a few risks that could come from implementing this software. The first one would be data security and confidentiality. Right now, all of our employee data is stored in ADP. By implementing this system, we run the risk of having more confidential information in another system. We will need to meet with IT regularly to ensure that our system is secured and not of risk of a breach. There is a very real risk that one of the HR team members could misinterpret a predictive model that was shown in the platform. In order to mitigate this risk, we will create monthly check-in meetings to answer any questions and retrain as necessary. It is also important that there is a checks and balances at play, that team members cannot act on a predictive model unless discussing with appropriate management. And finally, there could be misinformation captured by the AI platform. In order to maintain data accuracy and integrity, it will be important that we have monthly or quarterly audits. The data in the platform should match the data from our current systems, but we need to ensure that this is happening. In closing, our employees are our greatest asset at AFS, and in order to save money and resources, it is imperative that we retain our employees. AI technology is incredibly useful in saving human time to run mundane predictive models. In addition, AI is able to report predictions accurately and more efficiently. Trenddata's platform is the best option for this technology. The platform already partners with ADP, and they have a customer success stories. These are the resources that I used during this presentation, and I want to thank you for your time.